Hello and welcome to Rickster's Realm. I'm Ricky, and today's video is going to be all about why you're better than everyone else. I will have the timing figured out in the description box. Please choose whichever group you're most drawn to. Okay, group number one, that jumped right out, so let's see what we get here. Group number one, why are you better than everyone else? Okay, there's something about how you're wired. I feel that you're able to connect to many different people, different personalities, different energies, something like that. There's something about how you're wired that I feel like we could throw you into any situation, any type of circumstance where you have to deal with many different people, different personalities, something like that. And I feel that you're able to relate to just about anybody. It just seems to be like you meet people where they are and that people feel very connected to you is what I'm getting. There's something about, maybe you have excellent interpersonal skills. There's just something here about how you connect to other people that they feel very comforted and safe within your energy is what I'm getting. People feel that they just have this certain rapport with you is what I'm getting. Let's see what else comes through. Group number one. What makes you better than everyone else? Okay, so let's see here. Your energy, it could be a bit defiant, okay? There could be something about how you're wired that you don't like to play by the rules. I feel that there's something about your energy, it's a bit sassy, and that there's just a bit of an edge to you, is what I'm getting. I do feel that your energy is very grounded. There's something that feels very grounded and mature about your energy, but there's something else coming through here that I feel, I don't know if I want to say an unpredictable quality about you, but again, there's a little bit of an edge to your energy, is what I'm getting. Okay. What makes you better than everyone else? Group number one. Okay, let's see here. Okay, group number one, for what makes you better than everyone else? You have this certain level of sensitivity about you, is what I'm getting. The energy, it feels that, I just feel like you're very intuitive and that you can read people very well. This is a feeling of you being able to sense things before they happen. This is a feeling of you, being able to pick up on things that other people would miss is what I'm getting. I wouldn't be surprised to, group number one, if you've, how do I word this? If you've had predictions about like people or events, or again, been able to read people in situations very well and been accurate about it, been right about it. Like later on down the line, you find out, yes, that you were right about this person, right about the situation, something like that is what I'm getting. But it's a feeling that, again, you have to go off of intuition or how you're feeling about something. This isn't where there's a whole bunch of logical information right in front of you and you base your decisions off of that. It's a feeling that it's more like you go based on how you feel about something. Let's see what else we get here. Group number one. What makes you better than everyone else? Oh my gosh. Okay. Very similar energy here. Okay, group number one. For what makes you better than everyone else? It's basically what I just said, but more. There's something coming through here that I don't know. I feel like there's a strong message coming through here that you were right about someone or something. You predicted something, or that, again, you were able to see something clearly where everyone else was completely blind to it, or I don't know, something like that's what I'm getting. The energy's coming through very strongly though, for me to highlight back to you that you were 100% right about something. But it's something where I feel you may have been linked and connected to people that were completely against you, right? That maybe everyone's looking at you like you're crazy and you're like, no, but I can feel it. Like I know this or that about this person or the situation, something like that. But this would be to where you can't prove it. right? So if you have all these other people around you being like, well, no, that doesn't make any sense, or prove it to me, well, you can't. But you ended up being right. So something like that is what I'm getting. Let's see what else comes through. Why are you better than everyone else? Another message I'm getting for what makes you better than everyone else, group number one, it's how much you trust yourself, right? And that you're not easily influenced by other people. So to take it back to this card, right? You know that you have a strong gut feeling about someone or something. And again, you may have been surrounded by other people that are trying to lure you away from that. They're trying to convince you otherwise, and you're not having it. Because again, like, you trust yourself. Like, you know what you feel. Something like that is what I'm getting. Group number one, what makes you better than everyone else? Okay. Yeah, you're an absolute sweetheart. That's what I'm getting. Okay. The energy coming through here, it's very loving and compassionate. And I just feel like you're a sweet soul. And there does seem to be a sensitivity coming through with this card as well. I feel for what makes you better than everyone else, group number one, it's how you have remained so loving and compassionate, even though I do feel that you have been linked and connected to people and experiences that have not been very kind to you. There's just a feeling coming through here of like a sensitive soul being wounded, someone kind of lashing out at that energy. And it's how you handle difficult people in situations, and that you don't sink to those lower levels is what I'm getting. Let's see what else comes through here. Group number one, what makes you better than everyone else? Oh my gosh, a lot of the energy, it's the same. Okay, so group number one, why are you better than everyone else? It's something to where you can see through anything that's not real, that's not right, that's not authentic. What's the message I'm getting? You don't have woolly eyes. So what's that saying? Pulling the wool over someone's eyes. So the message I'm getting is that you don't have woolly eyes because you can see right through it. It's a feeling like if someone wants to lie to you, if someone wants to say this or say that or go about things in a sketchy type of way, you're going to see right through it. There's something here where you don't get wrapped up in illusions and things like that. You see things very clearly is what I'm getting. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card for this section. Let's see what else we get. Okay, group number one. Why are you better than everyone else? Let's see. Oh my gosh, okay. Group number one. For what makes you better than everyone else? It's how... Sadie, come here, sweetheart. Come here. I don't want you jumping up and down. Okay, back to the reading. Okay, so let me see here. What makes you better than everyone else? Group number one. Okay, something's coming through here that what makes you better than everyone else? It's how real and authentic you are. You don't pretend to be someone that you're not. You don't pretend to be this perfect person where you've never made a mistake or that there's no issues or flaws. There's a feeling here of you being, you're very real. Like you show up exactly who you are. And that there's something about your energy. How do I word this? Yes, if I take it back to this card here. For what makes you better than everyone else, group number one? It's how you can relate to other people. It's how other people feel comfortable in your presence because they feel that they can be exactly who they are and that they're not going to be judged and criticized, that they're going to be accepted. There's something about how you're wired, how you live your life, how you show up in connections that I almost feel like it gives other people permission, again, to be exactly who they are. They don't have to show up as this perfect person because nobody's perfect, and no one can relate to perfection, right? And I feel that you highlight that back to people. Like it's this feeling that you help people feel comfortable in their own skin and that you're very welcoming, you're very accepting. Something like that is what I'm getting. Yeah, there's just something about your energy that it's so pleasant and loving and welcoming. Something like that is what I'm getting. So those are the messages coming through for group number 1. I hope you enjoyed that section of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to go on to group number 2. Okay, group number 2, welcome to the reading. Let's see what type of messages come through for you. Why are you better than everyone else? Let's see here. Group number 2. Why are you better than everyone else? Okay. There's something about how you're wired, group number 2, that you have this very loving, patient, compassionate energy about you. But there is something to where I feel that when someone crosses a line with you, it's not going to play out too well for the other person. Okay? There's something coming through here where I feel that you have an immense amount of patience and tolerance. But again, once someone crosses that line, I feel that you have quite an edge to you, and that you'll completely tear a strip off someone, that you will completely put someone in their place. But it's justified, right? I feel like you have this loving side to you where I feel that for some of you, I think you tolerate a lot more than probably what you should. But there's just something where you're so patient is what's coming through here. But again, I feel like you may be linked and connected to some people that maybe try to take advantage of that. But again, once you kind of hit that breaking point and they cross that line, then you let them have it. So, and that makes you better than everyone else. Let's see what else we get here. Group number 2. Why are you better than everyone else? Okay, let's see here. Okay, what makes you better than everyone else? Group number 2. Okay. Again, there's a patient energy coming through here. It's something about how, okay, what makes you better than everyone else? Group number 2. It's how you deal with situations to where there's delays or things aren't playing out exactly to your liking. I don't keep saying the same thing, but like to how this is coming through in the reading, it's almost unheard of someone to have this amount of patience and tolerance for other people. Because again, I feel like, I'm not sure if you're surrounded by people that are difficult to deal with, or you're a hero, basically, is what I'm getting with these cards. Let's see what else comes through. What makes you better than everyone else? Another message I'm getting is that you don't get on a power trip about things. You don't find yourself in that type of energy. Group number 2. What makes you better than everyone else? Okay, I'm going to clarify that one. What makes you better than everyone else? Okay. Yeah, what I'm getting with these cards here, group number 2, for what makes you better than everyone else, you don't shy away from difficulties and challenges to whatever it is that you've got going on. There's a feeling here of you, I feel that you very much try to balance the energy out, right? That you want things to be fair. You want things to be fair and balanced within your connections, your experiences with people, and that, how else do I word this? Yes, you're the furthest thing from a selfish person, is what I'm getting. Like, you don't get yourself in that type of energy. There's a feeling here that you will go about things in a way that benefits everyone involved, right? So that it's kind of the best outcome, again, for everyone involved, is what I'm getting. Not to where you just go about things in a way to where, well, you're happy, who cares about everyone else? You're not wired like that. There's a completely different type of energy coming through. Again, though, something is coming through here, group number 2, that I feel for some of you that your kind, sweet nature is being taken advantage of, though. That's coming through strong. Let's see what else we get here. What makes you better than everyone else? Okay. Group number 2, for what makes you better than everyone else, it's how It's how mature you are on an emotional level, and that you will be vulnerable, and that you express yourself, you express your emotions, that you'll get yourself in this vulnerable type of energy if it's linked and connected to something that's very meaningful to you, is what I'm getting. What else is coming through here? What makes you better than everyone else? There's something about how emotional you are, or that you'll be vulnerable. Something like that is what I'm getting. Group number 2, what makes you better than everyone else? Okay, yes, what I'm getting with this card here, there's something about your energy, group number 2, that you know what's really important. And that, how do I word this? There's some other message. Group number 2, why are you better than everyone else? It's something about how do I word what I'm getting? Something about value. It's something about how something, what am I trying to say here? Group number 2, it's something where I feel like other people may view a person or a situation as not having any value, or that it's a loss of value, that it's tainted, it's ruined, it's wrecked, something like that. But you would be able to view that person or the situation from a completely different perspective, to where, how do I word this? There's something coming through here where I feel that people feel like that you're going to understand them, that you're going to get them, that you're not going to judge them and criticize them based on what they would view to be an issue or a flaw within them. That you see the good in people, or that even if someone has went off track, if there's some type of connection or situation that, something negative happened, or that precious energy, that it's transformed in some type of way, you don't chain people to what they consider, how do I word this? Okay, so someone, again, has said or done something that they feel now affects their value or what's precious about them. You would see it from a completely different angle or perspective. There's something here that you build people up. This is coming through in a very strong way, linked and connected to someone's character or something like that. Like, this is a feeling of someone, yes, if someone's feeling really bad about themselves, you're going to help them look at that situation from a completely different angle, so that they can see things clearly, is what I'm getting. Something along those lines. Let's see what else we get here. What makes you better than everyone else? Group number 2. Yes, okay. Yes, so you understand, group number 2, that people are doing the best that they can with what they're working with, right? So what their situation is, what their circumstances are. There's a feeling here that what makes you better than everyone else, you don't have unrealistic expectations. That there's something about how you're wired, that you understand that everyone's different. Everyone goes about things in a different type of way, and that everything doesn't have to play out exactly to your liking, or that someone doesn't have to fall under certain categories that people put in place. What am I trying to say here? There's just something coming through here where I feel that you can read between the lines or something. Like, you can, you understand like the deeper meaning behind things, or you can read the underlying energies linked and connected. This would be where, okay, yes, someone said this, but you know they mean that. Someone shows up in this type of energy, but you know that this is really where it's stemming from. Something like that's what I'm getting. You understand. How else do I word this? What makes you better than everyone else? it's something about how do I word this? How you connect with people in their way, like in a way that, like, you'll show love to people in a way that that's how they want to accept love. And again, what I was saying before, that can be different depending on who you're interacting with, right? But there's something here about you reading people extremely well, and that I almost feel like you know what anybody needs at any given point in time, right? And that you understand that, okay, this person over here, they accept love in this type of way, or that they would feel cared for and supported if you go about things in this manner. But this person over here, they need the complete opposite type of energy or approach. But it's something to where, again, like, you're able to kind of pick up on, again, like, what people need at any given point, something like that. Let's see what else we get here. Group number 2. I'm going to pull one more card for this section. Let's see what else we get. What makes you better than everyone else? Okay, group number 2. For what makes you better than everyone else, there's something about your energy that people feel they can trust you, is what I'm getting, okay? I feel that you're the type of person, if someone tells you confidential information, you know how to keep your mouth shut. You're not going to be blabbing personal information to other people. There's also a message coming through here as well for what makes you better than everyone else. There's something, I feel that you know when to speak, you know when to be quiet, you know what information to release and what's best to be kept private and secret. Something like that is what I'm getting. There is a strong message coming through here, though, again, of people being able to trust you. People feel that they can confide in you, and again, you're not going to judge them, you're not going to criticize them, and you're not going to go gossiping and blabbing to anybody willing to listen. There's a very mature quality that you have about you, and I feel that you do things to a higher standard. So those are the messages coming through for group number 2. I hope you enjoyed that section of the reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to go on to group number 3. Okay, group number 3, welcome to the reading. Let's see what type of messages come through for you. Why are you better than everyone else? Okay, that jumped out. Messages I'm getting with this card here, group number 1, for what makes you better than everyone else. It's the boundaries that you have in place. Okay, I feel that you have a selective type of energy about you to where you're not going to let just anybody into your world, but it's not a feeling that you're completely closed off either, right? I feel that, what's the message? Something to do with discernment is what I'm getting. So I feel that, yeah, you're very much able to kind of pick up on, like I said, like who to let into your world, who you need to keep at a distance. Something like that is what I'm getting. Let's see what else comes through. Group number 3. What makes you better than everyone else? Okay, for what makes you better than everyone else, group number 3, this is a feeling of you being able, how do I word this? For what makes you better than everyone else, it's how you handle, or how do I word this? Okay, I feel this is how you do handle, or how you have been handling very difficult experiences. Okay, for some of you, I feel that you've gone through something very traumatic, or that there's something that's very much eating away at you inside is what I'm getting. But it's something about how do I word this? How you'll do what you can to heal that energy, or that it's something about how mature your energy is, right? This is a feeling that, yes, you're in pain, you're struggling with something, but you're not going to try to bring other people down to your level. There's a feeling here that you're going to try to heal whatever, you feel is kind of broken within, that you'll do what you can to heal that energy, so that, what's the message? What's that message? If you don't heal what wounded you, you'll bleed on people that didn't cut you. Something like that. I don't know the exact, I'm probably butchering that saying, but something like that's what I'm getting. And I feel that, again, you're not the type of person to make your problems and issues everyone else's problem and issue, right? That you try to kind of deal with your own issues. You don't let that kind of bleed into connections and to negatively affect other things you have going on within your world. What else am I getting here? What makes you better than everyone else? There's something, you're very protective of your energy is what I'm getting. You're wise. For some of you, I'm wondering if something very challenging and difficult and again maybe traumatic happened that's why you have these boundaries in place now, is what I'm getting. But there's something for what makes you better than everyone else. I don't feel you're a people pleaser. I feel like there's something about your energy here that you're gonna do what's best for you, like what is ultimately for your best for your overall well-being. Group number 3, what makes you better than everyone else? You're able to look at things from many different perspectives and angles. I feel you're the type of person, there's nothing strict and rigid about how you view things. You don't have a stubborn type of energy about you. I feel that you're very open-minded, is what I'm getting. And for what makes you better than everyone else, group number 3, it's how I feel that you encourage other people to look at things from a higher perspective, that you encourage people to question what they're already thinking and feeling and believing about something. There's something coming through here where you highlight back to people that even though maybe that's the way it's always been done, or that people always view it from that angle, that doesn't have to be a forever type of energy, and that there can be changes and transformations, and that you can look at something from a different angle and to be more open-minded. Let's see what else we get here. Group number 3. What makes you better than everyone else? Yes, another message I'm getting is that there is something very open-minded about you, and it's a feeling that you let people live their life in a way that resonates with them, even if it's completely against everything that you think and feel and believe about something, that you don't try to sway people. You don't try to mold people into how you want them to be so that it's in alignment with your belief system or something like that. There's a feeling here that you're just going to live your life in a way that feels right for you, that you let other people do the same thing. And there's something there's just a non-judgmental type of energy coming through, linked into you. Let's see what else we get here. Group number 3, what makes you better than everyone else? Yeah, you have a very intuitive energy about you, and there's something where I feel that you very much trust yourself, you trust your intuition, you trust the universe to guide you. I feel that you are spiritually guided and protected. And what makes you better than everyone else? Yeah, for some of you, I feel that some people linked and connected to you, they wonder how you do it. That's what I'm getting. Like something feels a bit hidden, or I don't know. Something's coming through here where I feel that, how do I word it? I just feel like there's all this magical energy that surrounds you, and that people are aware of the results and outcomes linked and connected to whatever it is that you do. But I feel that they don't know all the ins and outs of how you do it, or I don't know. There's something that just seems hidden, but I don't know. It's just something, there's like an intuitive energy, or yeah, you trust your intuition. You let that guide you. Something like that is what I'm getting. Let's see what else comes through. Group number 3. Why are you better than everyone else? Yeah, okay. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, for some of you, there's no other way I can read it. Something real bad happened in your life is what I'm getting. I feel like something happened that shattered your heart in a million pieces, or just something very traumatic took place that I don't know how to explain it. Like there's just something coming through here for what makes you better than everyone else. again, it's how you've been able to heal and move on from that, or it's something about how you're handling that situation as best you can, that it doesn't fester and get worse. There's something here about, okay, for what makes you better than everyone else, I feel that what's the message? Something along the lines that you try to help people. That's what it is. You try to help people not go down the same road that you went down. That you try to help people look at things from a different angle so that they're not stuck in whatever created suffering for you. Like, I almost feel like you're able to look at whatever this traumatic experience is for you, that you're able to look at this from a different angle and perspective. And I feel that you're able to help other people now that may be going through something very similar. There's something, what else am I getting here? What makes you better than everyone else? There's just something resilient about you, because to what I'm getting with these cards here, this just feels like an absolute nightmare to deal with. Like, I feel like you've had to deal with something that what this feels like is, even on your happiest day, you still cry yourself to sleep at night. Like, this is a hard, difficult energy to deal with. This is, yeah, and for some of you, this is very much hidden. Like, this might be something that a lot of people don't know about. I don't know. I'm going to pull one more card for this section. Let's see what else we get. Group number 3. Okay. What makes you better than everyone else? Yes. Okay. Group number 3. For what makes you better than everyone else, it's how you help other people. It's how you don't want people to suffer how you have. There's something, what am I getting here? The message I'm getting, I feel that you've had to walk through hell and now you're trying to help other people. Yes, what's that saying? Something about someone walking through hell. And then, what is it? Carrying buckets of water to help other people consumed by the flame. Again, I'm probably butchering all of these messages, but it's something along those lines is what I'm getting. That's what it is. Okay, so for what makes you better than everyone else? Okay, I'm going on a little tangent here. Okay, you know how sometimes people, they'll go through a very difficult, traumatic experience, and instead of healing from it and trying to be better from that, to help other people not go through that, they can actually go the opposite direction, right? Where it's like, okay, well, horrible things happen to me, so guess what's happening to you, right? And they want to continue the cycle, right? But what I'm getting here, for what makes you better than everyone else, you're stopping that. Like, you don't want this to continue. This is a feeling that, again, I feel like you've gone through absolute hell, and that you're not just gonna, and that you've come out on the other end of it, and you're not gonna sit there and just be like, yeah, well, hope you make it out alive too. Like, you're gonna help people. You're not gonna sit back and be like, well, I had to struggle, so you should struggle too. You're not wired like that. Like, there's something loving and compassionate about you, into where there's something so helpful and supportive about your energy. And that this is almost a feeling that, this kind of threw in a weird way, but the message I'm getting, let's say you're linked and connected to someone to where you could help them and they're going to end up in a way better position than you could ever find yourself. You're going to do it. There isn't this jealous, envious energy of, well, I've had to struggle and things have been difficult for me, so I'm not going to help you be even better than me or have your life play out in a better way than what I've had to struggle with. You're the complete opposite. This is a feeling like, yeah, I've been through hell and back, and I'm going to help you so that you don't even have to go through that journey, or that it's not as difficult. Something like that is what I'm getting. There's a very selfless type of energy coming through. So those are the messages coming through for group number 3. I hope you enjoyed that section of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And that's it. I'm going to go away now.